And so one of the other things that the guy, a different guy that I'd seen, one of them was talking about the flooding. And, you know, with the naval map, most of America, not most of America, but the map changes completely. Like all of the big water goes way, way out. Like most of California is gone. And it's like halfway over for sure. It cuts across up by Washington. So I think the islands, they'll be gone because we have the San Juan Islands up there. I think all of that's gone. It might go a little bit over the coast because Seattle's right on the water. So it could go, you know, that's going to cut all of the coastline back some, but not as severe as California. California is like half of it. Florida completely changes. Texas changes, right in there with Nevada, New Mexico and stuff like that. I'm not even sure what water thing it is, but it just becomes huge. It goes out, I think, way bigger across 3 or 4 states. You can look it up on Google for naval map projections. And then the Mississippi, it goes way, way out. So, I mean, it looks like it's like the size of some states across. Like we would have to have bridges, but up at the, probably ferries. I don't think about bridges. No, I think ferries. Up at the top, it is, there's land mass that goes all the way across from east to west. So there would be a place, but if you were way down in Texas to try and go across any other way going east, you would, through the Midwest, you would need to have a ferry ride or something. You'd have to get across. I can't imagine that we're going to want to build, maybe we will, just build lots of bridges. I don't know. Seems more productive to just have ferries to me. But who knows? But on the East Coast too, it's kind of like the water just kind of comes in further all over the place. So the map changes. But the one thing is like people don't, maybe not everybody understands, is that like the Antarctica, it used to be tropical. It used to be like a tropical island. And there's so much major stuff going on over there. Oh my gosh, they've got a huge, huge dig down there. They've got pyramids, they've got ships. I guess it seems that there was even people living down in there. So I don't know, they keep all this stuff so secretive from us. But so we got all those changes, you know, planetary changes happening, and they're trying to blame it on, you know, whatever, there's science bullshit. And it's really just planetary changes that happen naturally as, you know, the planet changes. But I do think that it is something with this cavern thing, and with the light and stuff like that, and able to move and different realities. Like I think space is really is the space of our minds, kind of. Like I don't think it's just like you would just go out there and go in a rocket and just keep going and going and going and going and going. You know, I don't know how it works, because it could be, you know, we're just trapped under this ferment, like they said, that we're just imprisoned. You know, it's hard to know for sure. But I do 100% believe that we don't move through reality like what they're telling us, and that there is like what you consider portals, but it's really just this like a cavernous Swiss cheese kind of world out there. And how much of the world is because we think it, because they told us what it is, so we think it, and that's what we see, and we don't see what's really there, because it's my eyes going so bad where you know, these things that go in my eyes and stuff like that, sometimes, you know, will just block my vision. But when the vision gets blocked, I can see beyond somehow. Like I can see past what's there. And I really think it's something about that. And that's something with the color and the resonance and something is frequency. How we all like this thing about frequency. And that used to be a big thing in the 70s too. Like you would always be like, oh, you're not on my, what did they used to call it? You're not on my, it wasn't brainwave, it was, wavelength. You're not on my wavelength, dude. No, you're not. Yeah, we're not on the same wavelength, man. And, you know, I could understand that then, what they were saying, especially I was always on a different one than everybody else. So, yeah, I knew I was on a different one than everybody else. But now that's come back around where people are starting to see, like, how we understand each other is our understanding of where we are in that frequency. It's all based on, you know, life experiences. How many experiences? What have you learned? Like, you could go through life. So you went into 100 different experiences. You know, you could have been in different things you were learning. You could have had, you know, the same lesson. You had to keep learning and learning and learning over and over and over. It could be, you know, maybe you mastered 5 different experiences or something out of that 100. You know, each person is very unique. That's why you got to just not get too caught up. Even in, you know, if people want to sit there and go, oh, an old soul, a young soul, and stuff like that. Even if you want to sit there and say a young soul, if young soul has come a long ways, they're not any longer just a lump of consciousness. They've developed themselves to be able to be born and have experience. So no matter what, there's no like, well, we want to sit there and think, oh, like a little baby soul doesn't know. Yeah, there's a lot of people around right now who don't know things. And there's other people who we know things inside of us. Like, we know these things because we've experienced them. We know them. We have an understanding. And there's other people who just haven't, either they haven't mastered that, or they are, you know, they're still working on those kind of experiences. But that is what this, that's what this, you know, this isn't like this ascension. It's not like a forced kind of thing. It's more like, do you want to walk? If you want to walk, you have this opportunity. The universe is giving you this opportunity to walk. And that's why you have a lot of people who understand, who are saying, oh, this is my last incarnation. It wouldn't be your last incarnation, but your last incarnation in 3-dimensional. But the thing is even after you go out of 3-dimensional, you incarnate in 4th, 5th, 6th, wherever, you know, you're going to incarnate, you will eventually descend back because you will want to help your ancestors, your, you know, kids, or whatever. You will see, because you're always watching, you know. We're always being watched, and we are always surrounded. And like I've said about a zillion times, they're always talking to you. You have to tune in and listen, and you will hear them. And mine are constantly showing me that they have my back. And, you know, like, they showed me, like, I know this person who I'm supposed to start talking with. I'll say, if they showed me like 5 years ago, I would say who this person was. I know their name. I know everything about them. Everything. I think I know a lot about them. I mean, their dead father has come into my dreams, and like, there's certain things that you can just, you know, and there's certain things that, you know, when you're in a group of people that don't understand things on a higher level, that they can't understand, they can't understand that they've got, you know, communication. Like, there's so many people like right now, well, this hasn't happened, so it's not going to happen. This hasn't happened. It's like they've got no trust, no patience. They've got a horrible relationship with time. They think that they've got control over it, and that's just not the way it works. There's like, for 5 years, I've completely trusted my guidance is to, you know, and to have patience, and to let this person know, like they'll know when they see me that they're supposed to talk to me. whatever it takes for them to get to that point. You know, that's their lessons. That's their stuff to learn. I don't have control over that. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop knowing what I know. If I know I'm supposed to talk to this person, then I'm going to trust my guides when they're telling me and giving me information that I'm, you know, and that's the thing, is like they've shown me over and over and over and over and over I can trust them. When they show me stuff and they tell me stuff, they're constantly bringing me information in to be like, we're telling you the truth. Trust us, trust us. And that's why I'm always telling people, you've got to build your own relationships with your own guide, your own higher self, your own team that's around you. You have to tune into them. You have to realize that they're around you, that they're communicating, that they're there for your best interest. They're there trying to get you out of the holes that you get yourself into. And, you know, the more you start listening to them, because I can't even believe some of the stuff that they'll tell you is just so insignificant. It's just like, kind of like, you know, a mom. Oh, don't forget your lunch. Don't forget your umbrella. You know, they're kind of like that. They're just always just like telling you stuff and telling you stuff. Oh, you know, you should have got that. Well, you should have done that. Remember, I told you a minute ago to do this. Like they're always there. And, but, you know, as long as people have no awareness and they're just in their own little thing and they think, oh, these are my thoughts. Oh, I'm a genius. I just thought of this and no one's ever thought of it. It's like, and to me, I always do, is like the people who are like that, you know, you know, just building their ego up and, oh, I'm so great and I'm so smart and I've got all this knowledge and stuff like that. I don't know. Well, you know, some of them have come in with that purpose and yeah, they're going to have that knowledge and stuff like that. But I just think that if you get too like caught up in like, you know, oh, I'm so great and stuff like that, then you're not going to continue. You know, I feel like you got to give gratitude. I feel like you have to give acknowledgement. You have to know that you have other beings out there communicating, trying to give you information. They're trying to help you. And if you're always just all caught up in your ego, like, oh, I'm so special, I'm so great, I'm this and I'm that, I don't know if they'll keep giving you the information. I don't know. So, yeah, maybe you'll get some great invention. But I'd say you need to acknowledge that this information is coming from outside of your brain. Your brain isn't just, you know, super special, you know, it can come up with magic. Like, how many scientists are really just super tapped in? And then they don't even acknowledge what they're tapped into. As a matter of fact, they try and sell us that doesn't even exist. Huh. Yeah. Now that's some crazy shit right there, huh? God, these people are just such liars. It's just to the extreme how really in depth these lies go. It's mind-boggling. But anyways, I think that, yeah, we're headed for a really good time. You know, there is a lot of people who, they get all caught up in time and they don't hear their guides and, you know, they're tapped into negativity and they've got just shitty stuff happening and they just feel victimized in life. And, you know, you can change all that. You can change anything you want to change. You have that ability to change what you don't want to be there. And, you know, but you have to do it with intention. You have to know what you're doing. You have to tune in and tap into yourself, to the universe, to all that is. So anyways, I think freaking Trixie's out there driving the neighbors crazy. I'm just waiting to hear her screaming, shut up. I just think people have just gotten so mental. Like, we're going to sit over here just banging hammers and making all this noise, and if a dog barks, shut up. It's like, oh my God. People have gone mental. Absolute mental. So anyways, I probably have some more things to talk about because I feel like I keep on skipping around. I do that all the time. And I'm not sure if I covered all of the different things. because the planetary stuff, I wanted to get it out there about, you know, listening to your guides, about really realizing what the real world is. You know, I've got so many on my own kids. And just, I never, ever, I would have thought that. I would have thought that my kids would have been, I don't know, more spiritual, more like me. It's just weird. They all idolize science. So, okay, well, you know, we'll see what's going to go on. You know, I've heard it from so many different sources. You should at least have a couple weeks of food. You know, I've got a generator, but they're shorting us on gas. So, you know, you can try and get a solar one. It's probably a shortage. They're super expensive. One guy was saying he's got one, gas one, but he's also going to get a propane one or natural gas one because the prices have been cheap on that. But no matter what it is, if they're going in hard. We already know they're going in hard. And when they go in, they're going to control us. They're not going to leave us, you know, oh, they probably won't notice that we left this. No, they're going to take it all away from us. So, yeah, I don't know how effective a generator is going to be. You know, I think that you got to, like, I just ordered a bunch of tuna fish. I was like, well, you know, tuna fish, it can stay in a can. It's got a high protein and, yeah, whatever other bullshit stuff they put in it. But you can eat that, you know, and some saltines, and you'd be able to, you wouldn't need to cook it. You would have some sort of a, I don't know. In my body, if I don't have nutrition, my body gets really weak. I get shaky. I feel kind of faint. So I would assume everybody else does. Maybe some people aren't tuned into their body and don't notice it. But yeah, you need to have some stuff that would be, because some days may not be able to cook. It won't be stuff to keep in your fridge, because if there's no electricity, everything in your fridge and freezer is going to be rotten. You got to have stuff that can be kept and eaten easily. You know, like I've got a bunch of beans and rice. Well, if there's no power, how the fuck am I going to cook the beans and rice? So anyways, you know, be smart. There's a lot of those things, those food, those big giant food bucket things where they feed you for like a month for a couple $100, and you've got like military food or something, you know, just open it and pour water on it and it turns into food. And everybody's saying, you know, there's a lot of good stuff in those. I don't eat meat, so I don't get those kinds of things because it's all like meat stuff. And you know, because I don't tell anybody stop eating meat. Like, that's personal to me, personal issue. And I stopped when I was a kid, and I stopped because when I would eat it, I couldn't get it out of my head that I was just chewing on flesh and that flavor that would keep coming, and it would gag me to even try and swallow it. I would just keep chewing and chewing. Sometimes I would just chew it and just spit it in a napkin. I would be just like, oh my God, this is so disgusting. I'm just chewing on flesh. And, you know, it grossed me out. And I feel like it grossed me out because I knew something from a different life. You know, for all I fucking know, I was in a Donner Party. I don't fucking know. But I know that I can't fucking eat meat. It makes me feel sick, like I'm eating a human. So I don't know. But everybody's got their own thing. I just, you know, the vegan push is to just control our food. So that's the thing. It's the same thing with these and stuff. And these people who are spiritual people saying, you know, the only way you can raise your vibration is to go vegan. I think that they need to stop saying that. I think that that's not right. And the last thing you want to do is be doing what somebody else tells you to do. I don't want anybody to just do stuff because I say it blindlessly. Oh, go do this. Other than research, go look shit up for yourself. Yeah, blindlessly, yes, we should all go look stuff up for ourselves. We shouldn't just believe what anybody tells us. We should go look stuff up. And, you know, but I'm not trying to convince anybody to do anything other than heal yourself and take care of yourself. And to put that awareness out there that if you're trusting any governing force out there to take care of you, they're not. They are out to kill you. That's their number one goal. And if you want to walk off the plank, you know, willingly, then that's your prerogative. So anyways, now I'm back up to 20 minutes. Okay, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.